Hey YouTube, this is Nitro. So in this video I'm going to demonstrate a strategy that absolutely works against the Nimes Aniki as long as you can survive the Macho Blast. So this time I'm going to be challenging the Nimes 50 version level 55 and we'll see how it plays out. So it's actually quite straightforward. I'm using two stunners, Bernhard and Bozel. I will bring a tank, Lenin, which, to be honest, I'm not sure he's even necessary, but I'll bring him just in case. And I'm bringing a healer, Liana, of course, and finally Leon. So with all that said, let's just get started to demonstrate how this works out. Very simple. Instead of going up the center at the start, you shift either left or right, and then attack from that direction, and before slowly wiping out the rest of the enemies. So, I'm going to send Leon over. And I'm just going to shift everyone over. I mean, I can faction buff right now, but there's no real point when everyone is just moving. So, the Nimes Aniki Blast will occur next turn, and that's the turn that I just really need to survive. And as long as I do that, things will work out. So, what I will do actually is I'm going to attack with Leon first. So I'm going to activate his Chivalry skill, and then have Leon kill off this healer. Surprisingly, I wasn't able to one-shot him. Oh, I think my Leon has the wrong weapon right now. That's probably why. But that's okay. As long as Leon does not die next turn, I'm perfectly fine. So let's just keep moving. It's unfortunate because I triggered these enemies before I'm in position as a result of that. But it's okay. So let's just move up everybody. And I'm pretty sure everyone can survive the Macho Blast. So that's why I'm not really doing anything right now. So there's the Macho Blast on Leon, and he takes it just fine. So, in any case, these two enemies are triggered to attack now. So, I can just Divine Guard Lenin, and that will pull the Angel in to attack. I'm going to retreat, unfortunately, with Leon, because he got hit by the Macho Blast. And so let's activate Bernhard's faction buff. And finally, let's apply healing. So we'll just do a prayer, because next turn Liana is going to use a game. And there's no point in leaving, prayer completely unused. So that's it. So, in comes the attack. Lenin barely survives, but he does survive the attack, and that's what's important. The next Macho Blast occurs at turn 5, so I have a turn to kill off this Angel, which shouldn't be too hard. Just thinking if I should use some skills to finish it off. Why not? So let's hit it. Ooh. It's going to take me a few turns before I can attack Nimes in them, so I can afford to use some skills. And let's move. Lenin back, and Leon will attack. Yeah, I'm certain Leon has the wrong weapon right now. Now that I look at it, because his attack value was definitely higher than 697. So, we'll take a look after this, but I'm pretty sure he has a terrible weapon, like a level 20 SSR right now. Alright, Lenin tanks another hit for me. That really wasn't necessary, but hey, it works out. And this turn is when the second Macho Blast comes. So I need to make sure to kill off this target while taking little to no damage. So let's just have Leon charge in. Alright, and I'm expecting a Macho Blast, so let's start moving up. Leon will be the bait character, and that should probably draw the Macho Blast away from everyone else. Up. Healing up. And note, I haven't even used the gain yet so far. So I actually don't think a gain is even necessary for this fight. As long as you have 2 stunners and Leon is actually not required for this. So there's the Macho Blast. Now, let's take a look. The Angel has 5 movement, so it can move all the way here. And Aniki currently can move here. So that's just for reference to know how far they can move. This is slightly annoying though, because I have to admit, the fact that Leon can't one-shot these healers means they can eventually heal to full health. And that's going to be a bit of a hassle for me, to be perfectly honest. So... okay. What I will have to do then is trigger Nimes without triggering these units first. The thing is, triggering Nimes will actually trigger the other enemies to attack as well. So ideally I would have been able to shift Leon around and attack from this side to kill off these targets too. But that's going to take a while. So I may just have to do an assault from this side at this point. So let's see. Is there a way to trigger these guys without triggering Aniki Nimes? And it looks like there is, because Nimes shifted to this side. This tile should trigger the Bishop, which will also trigger the Angel. So I'm going to do that. Oh, I actually can't. I'm 1 tile away from it. So I've made a few mistakes in positioning, in fact. Let's see, what can I do? So I'm actually going to have to waste again, just so I can trigger that enemy. If you had left a character here to trigger these guys, that would work too. So I'm going to move, because you don't need all 5 guys to kill an Angel and a Bishop. So, there we go. Triggered the enemies. And Nimes, it seems. Uh-oh. So let's pull back, actually. Because they're going to be coming forward to attack me. And I'm going to apply prayer at the end of this turn. He is going to reach Bozel, but this healer will be out of range. So let's activate Divine Guard on Lenin, which will protect Bozel and have to fight pretty far back here. We will Empire buff. So this looks good overall. So Leon's not going to do anything. He's not going to charge or retreat this turn. And so let's heal up. So in order to bait that guy, you could leave a guy at the bottom here. You can use a summon. You can do what I did with again from Bozo. Lots of ways to bait them forward, basically. The important thing though is just really to draw them in. Oh, so Lenin dies. But it's not a big deal as long as I kill off these targets here. So, stun attack, so that he doesn't do any retaliation damage. And then Leon should be able to kill him in one strike with his skill. And this turn is turn 8, so we know Macho Blast is coming again this turn. So I'm going to try to offer Leon as bait, and I will just sleep the cleric so it won't attack, and kill it next turn. There's the Macho Blast. Oh, Bozo actually dies to it. So Bozo's equipment isn't quite high enough level to survive the Macho Blast, which is not good, to be honest, because I needed Bozo's stun attack to take on Nimes. Well, there's not much I can do about it at this point, so we will see how this plays out. I think I can still win this, even though there's only 2 of my free core characters. Alright. Turn 11 is going to be the next Macho Blast. How Holy Word, Divine Word has a 1-turn cooldown now. Okay. So, how am I going to do this with only 1 stun? Well, first I needed active so I can actually attack him. So, guess I'm just going to have everyone stand outside here. Because if I attack him now, I'm going to take far too much damage. Is Again active? Yes, Again is active. So, I'm going to have to rely on Again, in fact. So first, I'm going to faction buff. Then I'm going to use Again on Bernhard, so I can stun Nimes. And that's the stunned strike. Doesn't do any real damage, but that was not the goal of it. Right, let's have Leon do a charge attack to eliminate all of those exorcists. And we're going to charge it a second time. Retreat. And we will, let's see. Yeah, why not? Attack with Bernhard. Since he has the self-healing Dark Guards and Rupture, which will add some nice damage. And then we're going to use Prayer to bring everyone back to full health. Okay, so this looks like it's still doable, even with just one of my 2 stunners. There's the Macho Blast, which hits the group of 2 as opposed to the solo target. Bernhard is now quite low, or sorry, Aniki Nimes is now quite low. And it's unfortunate that I moved him just out of range from attacking. So I kind of I didn't really count the tiles there, and I should have paid attention. If I did, this would be over this turn. As it is, I'm going to have to heal up Leon. And have Leon just move, yeah, just move 1 tile up. He's going to heal up from this attack. Yep. But that's okay. Because I can use the again combo again. So let's bring Liana to again Bernhard so he can stun Nimes. And Beyond will just charge. So because Bozel died, I ended up having to use again. Otherwise, you know, you can double stunned instead. You can stun with Bernhard one turn, then stun with Bozel the next. So that would be an equipment thing. But even without it, you know, by cycling again from Liana, you can do a decent amount of stunning on Nimes, which lets you finish him off. And for this specific battle, I believe my equipment was quite crappy. Let's take a quick look. Alright, let's just move back out of this. Let's bring it up. So, Bozel. Equipment. Yeah, just terrible equipment. These are the equivalent of level 30 SR items, so that's why he couldn't survive, because essentially he has a full set of level 30 equipment. That's what you can think of it as. And that's why he could not survive the Martial Blast. If it was a full set of level 40, I believe he can survive. So it means he really needs some upgraded equipment right now, but these ones are very hard for me to upgrade, although I can upgrade the Ghost Mask and Speed Boots, which is what I'll probably end up having to do in order to keep him alive. So yeah, if you have a level 40 set of equipment, Bozel will definitely survive the Nimes Macho Blast, and then that will change things up. Next is Leon. Yep, I gave Leon the wrong weapon, and that's why I was having so much trouble doing damage. What he really should have is this, the Last Knight level 50 that I have. And that gives, you know, a lot more attack. This is 105 attack in total with close to 600 hit point buff. The 600 hit points doesn't really matter, but it's the attack really did. It was what, 105 versus 47 versus 50, so big difference in attack there. Yeah, the rest of his gear is just level 40, and that's enough to survive the Macho Blast. And then we have Lana was not used, so we can shift to the next one. So now we have Lenin, who again, this is level 50, and then this is level 40 gear. So you can think of this as level 40, and then a level 30 sword, because he doesn't really use the sword. But there was a level 50 helmet. Again, he was able to survive the Macho Blast just fine. Other than Lenin, the other character I used was Liana. Liana's set of gear is actually quite low. You can see it's level 30s, and then a level 40 Blessing Staff. The reason she was able to survive though was because of the Shrine Maiden Soldier, which reduces physical damage taken by heroes by 40%. So that's what having Shrine Maidens as the unit made Liana survive, despite her crappy equipment. So yeah, and I think those were the 5 characters, right? Liana, Bozel, Lenin, Bernhard, and Leon. So yeah, equipment levels aren't very high, and I was able to deal with Aniki Nimes just fine. It's just, you know, by shifting to the left or the right, you can isolate 2 characters without triggering Nimes or the other angels. So once you kill those, that's when you can slowly sweep up the rest of the enemies. Hope this was informative and useful for you to clear Aniki Nimes level 55. Thanks for watching, everybody. Nitro out.